Hey, this is Brock with Swordsmen Roofing and Construction. I'm here in Hudson Oaks, Texas. They just experienced a massive hailstorm last night. Ranged from about 1.75 inch to 2-inch hail, which is definitely enough to do damage to asphalt shingles. We're out here doing a full 21-point inspection around the entire perimeter, all the roofing and flashing details. So I'm gonna show you what an inspection looks like. So the first thing we like to do before we even get up on the roof is check what's called the collateral damage. We go around the entire perimeter of the home, check all the windows, downspouts, gutters, any type of siding, and check to see if there was any impact on that. That gives us an idea of the direction of the storm, size of the storm that hit this particular home, and whether or not there's really any damage. If there's really no damage to the soft metals on the property, it's going to be hard to justify seeing damage up on the roof. So that's what we're looking for now, is some collateral damage. One thing we always want to check is the AC units to make sure that these fins and these coils didn't take some hail impact marks, which can disrupt the flow of the air going through. This particular AC unit had a cage over it, so it didn't take on any damage, so we can give that a good mark on our list. So here in the back, she's got her run of gutters, which you can tell in the pan of the gutters, there are some good hits in there, which insurance will pay for. All insurance needs in order to approve gutters is they need 2 or 3 hits on one linear run from the front to the back, and that'll pay for the whole run. In this particular case, she's got several that'll get included in her claim. So some other stuff that we look for when we get these storms is personal property. As you can see here, she had one of her pots get completely shattered. You're owed for that. It's on your property. So getting a detailed inspector to come out prior to an adjuster coming is crucial to see everything that's damaged and make sure that everything is accounted for before the insurance company even arrives. So we make sure they don't miss anything. Even over here on the pool, you've got an impact mark right here through this expansion joint. So these are other things that we look for when we do inspections. It's not just roof. We make sure everything is included. So I'm up here on the roof now. Before we even start looking at the shingle, we look at all the other details of the property first. Here, there were some strong winds that came through the storm. It lifted up this flashing. That's a detail that's gonna need to be addressed. Right here, a hail strike even got right up on where this caulk line was, and this flashing is now exposed. All of this is going to have to be fabricated and taken care of, and those are some details that we look at. This particular client has some high profile hip and ridge, a little bit of a beefier ridge. It still did take some hits, but when we go back to the insurance, we want to make sure that this particular high profile hip and ridge is covered. So when we get down to breaking down whether or not a house qualifies for a full roof replacement per insurance guidelines, it's pretty universal of what they need to find. 3 out of the 4 major directional slopes have to have a 10 by 10 foot test square. Within that test square, there needs to be 8 to 10 hail impact marks in order for that test square to be checked off. And then you repeat that on 2 other major slopes. That would be 75% of the roof been damaged. More often than not, that's gonna be enough to total it out per insurance. When I say a hail impact mark, what I mean by that, there's 3 layers of defense with the shingle. The outer layer is the granules, okay? Those are for UV ray protection and a water shedding mechanism. The second layer is the asphalt tar. That makes up majority of the shingle. The third layer of defense is the fiberglass hairs. That's what holds it all together. When the hail comes and it impacts the shingle, what it does is it bursts those outer granules off and it exposes the inner matting. That's a hail impact mark. That's what insurance wants to find. On this particular slope, I've got my test square made. I've got about 10 plus hits in this test square. So this particular slope is approved. Now I'm gonna move to another one and check that one out. This is my second slope on this particular house. This is the south facing slope. I've got my 10 by 10 foot square, and the damage is very similar to what I saw on the other side of the house. When you walk the property and you check the collateral and it's showing some good damage, you get up here and you're probably gonna find it as well. That's what I'm seeing here. Plenty of hits, impacted through the matting, exposed the tar. This particular slope is approved. All right, so this is my 3rd major directional slope. This is the east facing slope. And again, you need to have proper shoes when you come up here. These cougar paws allow me to come into the middle of the field. Okay, the insurance company wants to do their test squares in the middle of the field where there's nothing else around here. And that's what I've been able to do. And again, I'm finding hits all over the place. It's penetrated through the matting. It's exposed the inner tar. And this particular slope is approved, just as the other 2, which would qualify for a full replacement. So we kind of have an idea of what the insurance is going to do before they even come out here to make sure that the claim is even worthy to be filed. Another thing that we always check when we're up on these roofs is proper ventilation. This particular house has utilized the ridge vent system, and they've got almost on every major run on this entire house, they've got the ridge vent. So this house is breathing well, no real issues with any under ventilation with this particular home. So another thing that we always look at on these roofs is we check proper flashings. Anytime we have a chimney coming through the roof, we always want to recommend a cricket behind it to flow that water away from the back of the chimney so it's not just ponding or sitting there. This particular home doesn't have it. It's one that'll get added when the roof gets done, just to further warranty the house and make sure there's no problems. The storm that hit the DFW June 1st, 2025, it was a catastrophe storm, anywhere from 1.75 inch to 2.5 inch hail. And when those storms hit, the vultures come out. This particular lady had a guy roll up on a scooter, telescopic ladder. He got up there, took 2 or 3 photos, got down, and that was the extent of his report. Swordsmen, we do a full 21-point inspection around the entire perimeter. We get up on the roof and check all the flashing details, ventilation, make sure we check 3 different slopes, do our test squares, make sure that the hail is actually there, and then we get up in the attic. We make sure that everything is properly connected, the ventilation is working correctly, and we do a full thorough inspection to make sure our clients really know what's going on. One important thing to remember is that the burden of proof is on you in order to be able to show the insurance company, which is very crucial on who you hire as your contractor to show the damage, because it's on you. Don't let your insurance company come out and have no one to hold them accountable. If Swordsman is there to represent you through the process and be able to show them where all the damage is at, you know that you're getting proper representation on your particular claim. Don't let somebody come by, take a few pictures, and not show up for that meeting. You need somebody there to hold them accountable for the damage.